Every time we turn on a light, we are using electric power. This power has to be generated somehow. New technologies like solar, biomass, and ethanol offer some promise for the future. Another is the burning of waste coal, and that is the topic of the following program.
What we plan on doing here is putting in a 300 megawatt waste coal circulating fluidized bed boiler power plant to combust the waste coal that's located on this massive site here in Robinson Township. What we're planning on doing is taking the waste coal. This is one of the largest waste coal piles, and it is actually the largest waste coal pile east of the Mississippi River. And taking this waste coal, combusting it in the plant, and reclaiming this entire site. This will be one of the, and probably is, the largest environmental cleanup project in the history of western Pennsylvania.
Are you aware that this is supposed to clean acres and acres and restore land?
It's not exactly going to clean acres and acres, because you're going to be taking the waste coal and putting fly ash where the waste coal is in a 1-to-1 ratio. That's not exactly cleaning the land.
I'm very concerned with the fact that if you try to take the gob pile out of there, and you're basically taking a sin that was left, and you're going to build a new power plant and create fly ash, I believe that you're taking a sin and you're making it an environmental catastrophe. And what I mean by that is, if you take the gob pile and you remove it and you put it into a power plant, you're going to build a new major source of pollution in western Pennsylvania. Now, Pennsylvania already loses more residents prematurely each year, almost 2,600 each year, to air pollution deaths related to power plants. That's heart and lung disease and cancer. This has been documented by the American Lung Association, the Cancer Society, the American all the environmental groups and the people that you would respect. It's been well documented that there's a direct link between emissions from power plants and heart and lung disease. Now, if we already have the second highest mortality rate in the United States from air pollution from power plants, why on earth do we need another power plant? I believe we should be forcing the power plants that exist today to clean up, and they can modernize in a way that reduces their emissions. But I feel that the state and federal regulators who are supposed to be doing that job are more concerned with economic development. Now, we have divisions of our government that deal with economic development. That's not the role of the DEP or the EPA. They're the environmental protection agencies. I believe those two entities should be requiring cleanups instead of building new power plants.
Have you had any problems with the RAPP, Residents Against Power Plants?
Well, we definitely understand that residents have the right to protest any type of installation of a facility. What we have told them and have tried to educate them on is the benefits of this facility, that if you take a look from an environmental standpoint, this is a win-win situation. What we're doing is we're cleaning up a massive waste coal pile. We're also going to be cleaning up a number of other waste coal piles all throughout the Raccoon watershed. So the benefits to water quality in this area from this project will be tremendous. At the same time, what we did, and what was very encouraging to me about this project, is that we went out and we are selecting the best available technology to put on this plant to minimize air emissions going into the atmosphere. If you take a look at the technology here that we chose, it's very similar to technology that was employed down in Jacksonville, Florida for a similar circulating fluidized bed boiler technology. And we chose that technology because it has been touted by the United States Environmental Protection Agency, by the National Energy Technology Laboratory, and has actually won Power Plant of the Year awards in Florida for how clean it is. So what we did is we went out and we chose the best technology that we could for this facility to minimize emissions, because we're also concerned with emissions that go into the atmosphere.
Already from the start, the power plant would have to buy credits, mitigation, to put in a power plant in this area, which are already, as I said, is at non-attainment for ozone and for particulate matter. The design of it is inferior. There are better power plants out there, and I'd rather see a better design of it. This area, as I said, is non-attainment for particulate matter. The permit that was issued, they received 1 day before the change of particulate matter. The stricter requirements for particulate matter. I don't agree with the DEP's decision to give a permit 1 day before the restrictions went into effect. If they had waited 1 more day, we would have had a better power plant.
All the technology that was out there, we chose the best technology for this facility, and this technology will minimize the amount of air emissions that will go into the atmosphere. We've also done extensive modeling. Modeling is required as part of the program. What you do there is you actually do dispersion modeling, and the dispersion modeling predicts what the maximum downrange concentrations would be of any air contaminants that would come out of the facility. And all the modeling indicates that we will not be affecting the public health or public welfare of the citizens of the local community.
The proposal is to take the Champion refuse pile and put it in a power plant to burn to generate electricity. And once the waste coal is burned, you're creating fly ash, and the fly ash will be dumped on site, so you'll be replacing the waste coal pile with fly ash. And this is something my group is against. There's a lot of dangers involved because of the pollution that'll be created when you burn the waste coal, and there's also a potential for danger because of arsenic that is in fly ash.
For the last 10 years, I've been researching fly ash and power plant issues because I live in a community that's home to 2 power plants. And we would ask questions about our safety, and the DEP would come to us and they would say that fly ash was completely safe, and it was based on 30 years worth of data. But unfortunately, if you look very closely, you see that the data they're using is industry-derived data, and it's based on people or companies with a vested interest in making sure fly ash looks safe. But as unfortunate luck would have it, last January, a massive landslide of fly ash came into a neighborhood in Forward Township. And we scooped up a sample of the fly ash and we had it tested independently. And our test results revealed, and later DEP's test results confirmed, that there are alarmingly high levels of arsenic and other heavy metals, very toxic things. And for example, in Forward Township, the fly ash revealed there was an arsenic level 7 times the allowable limit by the federal government.
So what will some of the negatives be? Is there a health hazard?
What we have done in the design of this plant is we have chosen the best available control technology in relationship to air emissions from the plant, have also studied water and waste issues, and this plant is by far will be one of the cleanest, if not the cleanest plant in the country.
You can't tell me that putting fly ash in place of waste coal is a better solution, not when it's going to be unlined. They line landfills. They don't even plan to line the fly ash dump. I don't think that that's a better solution for this community.
So the problems of fly ash will be minimum.
The fly ash problems coming out of the boiler will be minimized by the technology that we have chosen to use. The technology employs technology to reduce nitrogen oxide emissions. We'll be reducing sulfur oxide emissions by about 98%, and also minimize the amount of any toxic metals that will be going into the atmosphere.
The DEP and industry like to tell people that it's safe, but we believe that that one sample in Forward Township actually pierced the vacuum that they were operating in. There was no independent oversight, and the test results were always based on parameters that were geared to making sure the fly ash looked safe. When we did our independent testing, we found something completely different.
We hope that our presentation has shed some light on a very important local, regional, and national issue. Thanks for watching.